9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Sorry for surprising you, Dom.
Yeah, I was looking at that. What's going on? Like I kicked?
I like to take myself and everyone off the stream when I first start, because the way StreamYard does things sometimes, like they catch a glimpse before the intro starts. So,
okay.
But I'm glad everybody's here today. Welcome, chat. Hello. I know I promised that we would do the sign of the 4 and then a Let It Simmer, but since I'm going on vacation for the next 2 weeks, I figured I'd do like a little mini Let It Simmer, and then we can discuss both or just the sign of the 4 after I finish that one. So yeah, here we are. Sam, hi, how's it going?
Hi, homesick, so I could be here.
Yeah.
That's not why I'm homesick. I happen to be homesick, so I can be here.
Well, thanks for being sick.
Was just a cold?
No, it's compounded issues involving lack of sleep and that sort of thing. So yeah, massive
burnout.
Yeah,
one might call it, but not from YouTube stuff.
Right. My real life job is kind of kicking the shit out of me right now.
Well, I hope it gets better soon. Dom, welcome.
Good to be back here again for another Let It Simmer stream.
Yeah,
this is my like 7th, 8th one doing. I don't know how many books we did, but
yeah, I don't know.
Good to be back.
And quit asking me that question, because I'm gonna.
What question exactly?
You know what question? Which one's your favorite? What's your list like now?
What's your list?
Did you do your assignment?
What was my assignment?
To tell me what my list was before.
No.
Damn. I guess like probably. When did we do that? Like Frankenstein, or was it Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that sounds about right. I just can't believe how many books I've read. It's weird.
You've been doing this for like a year and a half now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There were some boring-ish ones, or very long, if you will.
Poorly,
Journey to the
poorly
West.
written ones.
Yeah,
Don't
those
say
two.
it, Sam.
But I really enjoyed this one. Before we
Journey
get
to the
into-
West felt forever.
Huh? Journey to the West. Yeah, that was the one that was like really long.
It wasn't. It just dragged. It just dragged too long.
Yeah. And like it's interesting to do that one because it is a translation from Chinese, and with Asian languages, a direct most languages really, but like the more complicated ones in comparison to English, direct translations don't necessarily happen.
Yeah.
And they're
So this is like night and day compared to this. Like this book, it was like we flew
a breeze.
past this.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got the book in the mail. I messaged you. I'm like, I think we're gonna finish this in 3 or 4 streams. Do you know how short this is?
Well, what's funny is I think mine's technically longer, or was mine shorter than yours? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
You got the bigger book.
Yes. Well, yeah, because I have all of them.
I got this.
Yeah.
This one.
Which I debated on getting that one. So, anyway, let's say hi to chat. Welcome the first one as mostly usual. Thank you, Sam. Since it's my stream, you get to be the smartass. I'm the... Hello, Legatus. How's it going? And if only Adam were here to annoy, because I'm bringing up analysts.
This asshole he just shows up in streams and says stuff, and he's just kind of an annoying.
Don't put Kel's chat up.
I probably will.
No.
Hi, James. How's it going? Welcome. And Kel, bringing it up.
Oh, yeah, that one's
mostly
good.
Annoy. Oh, okay. Kel, well played on the punnery going on. I like it. And Clue, hi, how's it going?
What's up, Clue?
You trucking along?
Actually, I hope he's in town Saturday because I have some topics that I think he'd be interested in this week.
The one is what you shared in the thing?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's right up his alley.
I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but look at something real quick. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, Clue. Yeah, he's been. I don't think that's it.
No, that's not it. The headache's bad enough. I'm considering trepanning as a treatment.
Oh, don't worry, James. I was about to make fun of him for it, but Kel is doing that for me.
Of course.
I mean,
Kel, don't worry, buddies.
They like to choke, so.
I don't even totally get the baseball reference, but the gay reference I get.
You can put it together because the Yankees have fallen pretty hard.
Let's not get into that.
I mean, we could, but I don't really want to jinx my Sox right now. What's up, Blue-Eyed Scorpio?
I was gonna make that comment when you said, "Is yours bigger than mine?" But
yeah. Leave it to Blue-Eyed Scorpio. It's fine. Let's see. Apparently, Dermy tried to call you a chaos maker, Dom. I'm assuming.
Chaos. Me or you?
Maybe it's me.
Dermy trying to call you a chaos maker.
Because James likes to call you a troublemaker.
It could go either way with you guys, and
it's very true. I openly admit to this.
Dermy's battling me on something stupid right now. I mean, it's something that's
you know that I'm not going to do that on this stream. Maybe someday if I have, you know what? When I move to Texas, I have an amazing kitchen. Maybe I'll do cooking streams.
You should do like a barbecue.
If I could barbecue, sure.
Either that or she can show you how to hide the money, as long as we're using the phrase cook in the books.
I don't want to tell state secrets. So
in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Ah, James. Okay. Was this last night on his stream last night? I presume. That one seemed like it might have been more chill of the stream. Yes, I do have a microwave, but that's for heating things up, not for cooking.
She names her appliances. I forget the name.
No, it's just the refrigerators and the freezer.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
So this one is Carter. She's noisy, so it was an apt selection to name this one, the mouthy one, the female. And the freezer is Teal'c, and then I've got O'Neill and Jackson. Sam gets the reference.
Samuel Thorpe.
Yeah, I get the reference. I don't think that's entirely fair to Carter, but sure.
I know it's not, but she's the woman, so therefore the joke has to be made.
Yeah.
And she gets mouthy sometimes.
Yeah, but usually it's justified. I mean, if you were going to name a refrigerator after a female from Stargate, I would have gone with Vala.
Yes, but that would not go with the theme of the fact that we have 4.
That's true.
I mean...
Wait, 4 what? Fridge?
So I have 3 refrigerators and a standing freezer. So 4.
We need 3 refrigerators for.
So like when COVID first started, actually it was like right before the lockdowns. This was not on purpose. I just wanted a bigger refrigerator. I had a coworker with double doors and like the freezer on the bottom, because at the time we would get not a lot of pizza, but when we did get pizza, the one in my kitchen is just the single door and you can't really fit a pizza box in it. And there's other things where it's like smaller and everything, but I wanted more room. And so I bought it off of a coworker and she brought it over. And then an ex-friend of mine moved in for a while and she had a standing freezer. So that went on the other side of my desk / dining table. And the rest is history. Sort of. She has a Cricket, and we decided to name them because her kids would be like, which refrigerator is it in type of questions. So we named them.
I heard the story the story before, yes.
Yeah. And they don't live here anymore, but I still use it because it is still useful if like my brother needs to know where something is at. I mean, he doesn't call them by name, but
you could just say with a color fridge. It's in this.
We have 3 silver fridges and a white freezer. So I could just say the freezer, but which I do also find funny that Teal'c is the white one. I
mean, yeah.
But anyway,
he used to be gold.
Kel, you need to stop with this shit. Atlantis does not suck.
No, Atlantis is pretty solid, man. It's not quite on the same level, but it's a pretty good show.
I'm not saying it's better.
Good
like
characters.
Fractured likes to say that it's better.
As a matter of fact, Atlantis spawned one of the greatest villains, I think, in sci-fi television history. Actually, a couple of them if you count Kolya.
I don't know if I ever finished Atlantis. I loved it growing up.
Well, that's great because neither did the people who made it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they got freaking canceled, which is gay. But yeah, let's see. Have Gal, Dom Devil, and Adam discuss the proper way to make spaghetti.
No, what you mean by that is you're going to have Devil and Adam fighting over it while everybody else just kind of sits back and laughs or groans.
Well, and Dom threatens to break his.
Yeah.
Before cooking it.
I mean, there's a.
Or we'll just break it on stream.
Yes, it's
to piss all of us
spaghetti. It's spaghetti. Like it's still going in the pot, getting cooked, and it's going in your mouth, and you're eating it. Just because you break it in half or put it in the pot and you don't break it, it doesn't change the taste. It's just a stupid freaking thing to freak
You're a disgrace to all Italians. Just saying.
And whatever.
Disgraceful. What does your Nona think?
Yeah, probably not a fan of it.
Do you do that around her? Just, you know what? I dare you to, if she's still with us.
Yes.
Okay. I dare you to do that the next time you're around your Nona.
I just call grandma, but yeah.
We need to have MCU fan like filming it 2. I want video evidence of you doing it, and I want to see the reaction. This needs to happen now.
All right. I'll see how it goes.
Oh, yeah. I will gal to make cheeseburger macaroni with broccoli added to it on the first cooking stream. Like hamburger helper?
That actually sounds kind of good.
Right? Like homemade hamburger helper? Because I could do that. It's not exactly on diet, but...
Oh, it's Ariel.
How
Ariel.
I don't know what that language is.
Peoples in
the stream doing.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
That's that Ariel language.
Sometimes Ariel is super, super clear, and sometimes Ariel types like a 10-year-old on crack.
Yeah. Let's see. Been home for a while. Well, I hope that means that you're better, which is, I believe, in response to Legatus. Mm-hmm. You're feeling much better finally back home. Good.
Yeah, sure.
That is good to hear. You couldn't get through the first season of Atlantis. What's wrong with you? Come on, man.
It's probably Ford, if we're being honest. Ford doesn't get interesting till like season 3.
What do you mean Ford? Is that a character name that I've forgotten?
Yes. He was Shepard's direct subordinate. He's who they used Ronan to replace. Or they replaced with Ronan in season 2.
Oh. Like,
which is what made Jason Momoa's career.
Finished. And when I was rewatching in tandem with SG1 the last time, I didn't end up finishing it. I can't remember why. Yeah. I'll get there. I have to get there because Neo is going to be doing, Nerdy Neo is going to do another stream for the top 5 with Atlantis. And I have recommended you for the show as well. By the way, Sam.
Oh, well, if I got time.
Nice. See, James gets it.
Break the spaghetti noodles before cooking them, since it's easier to stir them without them sticking to the pot.
Yeah, but then you can't. It makes it much harder to twirl them up on your fork.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because they're all little and shit. They don't knot up like they're supposed to.
I can just scoop it.
I can't. Well, hello, Winky Wanky Woo. How are you?
It's not green. It's blue, dude.
You all know
your hair. You're talking about your hair.
Yes, people like to complain.
It's like turquoise, I would say.
Well, so the top layer is yes, and then it's like a dark blue under, and the red has faded. So
yeah, there's no red anymore.
I feel like I'm gonna get way behind on chats. You guys
is that why with the shirt, right? Because you're wearing kind of a reddish shirt, so you got like blue hair, red shirt, white skin.
So in part, yes, but also what's the title of the book?
Right.
Anyway, Gallo cook mashed potatoes with ground hamburger and brown gravy with a side of corn on the cob and buttered biscuits. My dear, I do not like brown gravy, but the rest is fine.
Corn on the cob.
I think white gravy would go better with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like brown gravy,
more of
but
a white gravy fan.
Yeah, white gravy would be better for that.
That sounds good. I agree with that.
Are you guys making up lyrics for Dermy's Muppet theme? Oh my God, have I missed something? Is Dermy doing Muppets now?
I don't know on this, actually. I think... actually, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on it.
What are you guys doing building the Guardian knot with the spaghetti?
Gordian. She's like, it's the Gordian knot, which, if you know your mythology, was a knot that was supposedly unable to be untied. And so the guy who solved it did it by taking his sword and cutting it in half.
So I just saw this comment. I forget that Winky Wanky Woo is across the pond.
There's white gravy.
Y'all motherfuckers don't know. Country gravy is the fucking best.
Oh, and yeah, it's so good.
I made it half a sperm joke, yes, but no one on panel paid attention to that fact, or they ignored it. But it's also just a thing. Winky Wanky Woo.
Yeah, white gravy is what happens when it doesn't suck.
Yeah, and when you eat biscuits and gravy, not your stupid biscuits, because your stupid biscuits are cookies. Winky, wanky, woo. Biscuits and gravy come with country gravy or white gravy, if you will, smothered on top. Hopefully with ground sausage within it.
Same thing with chicken fried steak. You put a little white gravy over the top of that. It's so good. I got a sister-in-law who makes that with cube steak, and for the breading, what she does is she just uses she takes like a fucking bunch of like Ritz crackers and just crushes them up and uses the crumbs as the base for the breading.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we're like, who knows? It turned into like a food thing. We're 20 minutes in.
Not my fault.
I feel like that always happens no matter what stream I'm on. Eventually food gets brought up. Maybe not on Screaming as often.
You guys can dive to anything on that show.
Yeah. Well, it is the void. It holds a lot.
Yes.
Giggity. You made a post in Dermy's Discord with Muppet theme piano. And I see. I don't really pay attention to Discord. I'm in way too many, and I don't have time for that. But maybe I'll look
for it. But that's Dermy's Discord.
Okay. Well, you guys discuss food, and we can probably
have a book,
on
right?
track, I think. Yeah, there was something to do with a book. I'm not cooking it, but I like to make it a pun. Yes.
Right.
Let's what was that, Sam?
I said right. I was agreeing with you.
It's so rare that I had to make sure I heard it.
All right, fuck off. How you like them apples?
Anyway, Sam, what are your overall thoughts of the book?
I think it's a really good introduction
yeah.
to the characters, to who are going to be like the staples of the majority of the stories and whatnot. Obviously, you've got your Sherlock, who is, you know, the genius and whatnot, but so it's interesting because more about Sherlock comes out. Like you get established in this one that he gets bored easily, right?
Yep.
And he does crazy shit when he's bored. Some of the crazier stuff you don't find out about till later, like in the 7% Solution, that sort of thing. But and it's a good introduction to John Watson, who, as time progresses, becomes less of a shell-shocked veteran and more of an active participant and a detective in his own right, almost. You know, like, I mean, he gets to a point where he starts to see how Sherlock thinks and begins to apply it himself and all that stuff. Plus, given his medical expertise and his experience over, you know, in the war, he's just, I think Watson is probably one of the most complex and interesting characters in all of these stories, you know, and since it's told from his perspective, since he's the one writing down the stories and whatnot, it puts an interesting spin on that. Plus you got Lestrade, you got the one who begins with a G, I can never remember.
Yeah, I mess these people's names up too. I'm like, what's their names again?
Every time.
Well,
Lestrade and
or something. Go ahead, Sam.
People don't think of the other guy too much. He's there in most of this stuff, but it's really Lestrade who takes point on a lot of the stuff for Scotland Yard. He's the one that Sherlock and Watson, Gregson, deal with for the most part in regards to the actual real police. And of course, like Lestrade's the one who ends up getting most of the credit for Sherlock's solving of things down the road and all that stuff. But you get kind of a basic feel for those guys. You get a pretty good feel for Watson and for Sherlock himself. And it's just a nice kind of an introductory story, right? Like as you noted, there's a whole third of it that takes place on another continent at another period of time with none of our main characters involved, which is the whole backstory for the entire thing. And it was really, it was really interestingly constructed that way. And I do think, I mean, I'd have to go back and read all of them again, but I think that is the only time that Doyle did something like that in these stories.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Because I think I hinted to it on the final reading stream, that I do like that that's how he did it. I wasn't sure at first, but then once I thought about it, and the more I think about it, I like it that way. So yeah.
And this was the first Sherlock story that he published. Right. So I mean, I don't know how many of these he wrote prior to that, prior to the first one's publishing. He may not have. He may, there was a whole thing for a while there where I should probably stop that because it kind of spoils things down the road. So, but people got very, 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 very attached to his characters very, very early on, very quickly, because they were published in like periodicals and that sort of thing, and the common man had access to them and all that stuff, and so Doyle made his name with this character.
Okay.
With these characters.
That makes sense.
Is his name actually Lestrade? Because isn't that one of the names you're like, I'm not sure. I think I'm just
no,
going
it's Lestrade.
Yeah, Lestrade's what's funny is the other one, Gregson. I should be able to remember that because like in ye olden times, that would be basically my brother's last name, because my dad's first name is Greg. So Gregson. Anyway, Dom, what are your overall thoughts?
So my overall thoughts. So I went into this like completely like new. Like obviously I heard of Sherlock Holmes. Who hasn't? But I haven't like watched, read, or like anything about it. So I knew I knew he was a detective and everything. Like just from like seeing like the previews on like a TV show or something like that, like on CBS. I don't know what some of the shows they were in. What's like a show they made on CBS? Like I'm trying to there's like trying to think of familiar.
It was a Canadian show a couple of years ago.
Remember, I was seeing a commercial. Yeah, Elementary. That's it. Okay, so that's like I would see that, but other than that was my knowledge. I knew nothing about this, but I would say I enjoyed it. There was like an interesting structure to it. And I don't know if I would say I overall like it, but I kind of get why he did it. Like the whole like introducing, like showing us the murder and them like kind of breaking it down and figuring it out, and then like part two, they jump back in time and like show the process of why this person killed these people. And like so in the first part you're thinking like this guy's like an evil piece of shit, like he's the villain, why he killed these people. And then you go into the second part, like I guess you can almost say like he's a hero. You kind of understand from his point of perspective why he killed these people and the disgusting things they did to the woman.
Right, like it makes him almost a sympathetic character when your initial thought of like any murderer is just, well, you're just a crazy evil person that wants to kill people.
Yeah, sort of like
don't have the information.
I sort of quote like this, like the takeaway from this is some criminal acts are done for the greater good.
Well, yeah, I get where you're going with that. I don't think this qualifies necessarily because this is straight up revenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you can understand where he's coming from with it, but it's not really how you should go about it.
So you guys wouldn't call him, you guys wouldn't use the hero word like I did. The second part.
I mean,
no, he was a murderer. He was a vengeful murderer. He may have been justified from some points of view. Absolutely.
Yes, his motivations are understandable.
Right, but
yes.
But no, he was a killer, pure and simple. His motivation was vengeance.
And should he be locked up? Yes, I kind of agree. Yes, but I kind of see from his point. I feel like he's justified a little.
I didn't say he wasn't justified, but it's still illegal to kill people.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
And
what I'm saying, and like just the whole crazy thing, how he chased these guys from one continent. Actually, he also went. I think they said he went to Russia too, right? And
yeah, they went through Alaska, across the Bering Strait, through Russia, and across top of Asia into Europe.
Yeah, so like over 20 years, the amount of time he chased these people, like,
3 continents.
It's just crazy. Holy shit! Like he really.
This
Yeah.
kind of makes me want to read The Count of Monte Cristo next,
That's a good one.
actually.
What's it called?
Yeah.
The Count of Monte Cristo. Have you ever seen the movie?
No.
I feel like you might like it. You'll like it. It's a good story. I don't know if I've
remember. Was that Alexandre Dumas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Okay. Yeah. Same guy
Dumas,
who created the
yeah.
Three Musketeers.
Yes. I highly recommend the Jim Caviezel adaptation of the book. That's what I love. I don't know if I've seen the original, but this story kind of reminds me of it in a way. I would definitely put The Count of Monte Cristo over this one, but something that Dom said reminded me of it. I think it's just more like the vengeance story and how things can be justified, but once you become obsessive where it becomes your entire life, it's kind of
his name is Jefferson Hope. That's his name.
Yeah, Jefferson Hope. I think that the difference though between this and The Count of Monte Cristo, yes, they're both about, revenge and whatnot, but the difference is that Jefferson Hope hunted these men for 20 years.
Yes.
Whereas Edmond Dantes, not to, spoil too much, but he spent 20 years building a trap.
Yes.
That his enemy fell into. Right. It's like totally different approaches.
Right. And I was going to bring that up, that like it's a different way to go about it as like a comparison, like which one is technically a better way to go about it rather than murdering someone versus destroying them.
Yeah. You also have to keep in mind too that both stories take place in about a century apart in terms of time span, and things have changed as far as like social norms versus like revenge and dueling and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still think it's warranted to compare the two.
I think they're very different books. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. And I actually haven't read the book, so this could work out well in my favor. Overall, I definitely enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the choice of him writing, because you're kind of as the reader, you're seeing it through the eyes of, I don't want to say spectator, but how any of us would be when we hear about someone being murdered, even in modern times. All the information is this person killed a couple of people once both bodies were found, and you don't have any information, and then it like ends with him being him being caught.
Come on,
Asterix caught.
Hey, I caught myself before I said it, and I corrected myself before. Whatever, doesn't matter. So like and it just like cliffhangers it, and you're just like, what the heck just happened once you start part 2?
Yeah.
And it's kind of the working backwards.
I was like annoyed every time, like what Sherlock Holmes said. He goes, I figured it out. I'm like, how? And then you gotta wait and find. Yeah, you gotta wait and find out. Yeah.
That's one of the nice things about these stories is that so detective stories and mysteries are tricky things, right? They're very, very difficult to write because your main character is only as smart as the person who writes him. Right.
Yeah.
That's why things like Knives Out and Glass Onion fall apart, because they're retarded, because the writer is retarded. But in this case, you're talking about Arthur Conan Doyle, who is not retarded. He wrote a very, very smart character, and if you go through the stories, like you start to pick up on how Sherlock actually thinks, which kind of gives you, like, the whole thing is very conducive to critical thinking and critical analysis and all that stuff. Because the more you read about this character who's top of his field at this, the more you start to see how he does it yourself. And you can start to make some of those leaps. Obviously, you need like extremely nuanced information for like what kind of fucking random ass London soil is on the dude's boot or whatever. But I think there's a whole thing where he categorized like 187 different types of cigar ash, and he could just tell by looking at it. kind of thing. So like obviously he has very, very specialized information, but the way he comes to those conclusions becomes apparent to the reader the further you go in, and it actually does help you start to see patterns and whatnot as you go along. And the nice thing about it is that Sherlock jumps out and he's like, I have it every time, right? And everybody else is like, what the fuck, man? But then he lays it out how he got to his conclusion.
Yeah. Well,
right? He shows you where he got it.
That's also why I like more and more how Doyle wrote this, because with Sherlock, he's explaining to Watson how essentially he works backwards from, like, we know there's a murder, now we need to figure it out. And as the reader, there's a murder and it's been solved, and then he takes you back to figure it out. And I felt that as I was reading it. I was starting to pick up on, oh, I think I know where this is going. All of this information is leading up to, like, I think this person is going to be the one that's actually the murderer. And so it kind of does what it has the reader do what Sherlock has already explained in how he figures out these crimes.
What
I love that.
I find really fascinating about this is that these books became popular at a time when forensic science was extremely new.
Yeah.
Right. And he was writing things out as they were discovering how to, use science to catch thieves and murderers and such. It was really interesting timing.
So, like, but going back to, like, from my recollection, part 2, when it opens, it kind of doesn't, like, tell you, like, where the year take place. Do I get that right? Or so, like, when you're reading it at first, you're like, is this the same book? Like, where are they going with this? And it takes you a little while to see where it actually is going.
Yeah. I think it was like 30 years before.
Yeah, 30 years back. Yes. Yeah. There is I don't know, we're jumping the scenes here, but I want to ask you about a scene I was a little confused about. The whole thing with the ring, when they get the ring and they want to draw the murderer to them. So he puts the advertisement out, Sherlock, and he uses Watson's name for them to get the ring. And an old lady comes, which they believe is a young man pretending to be an old lady. And so like, look, I think I asked you at the stream, like, did they really give her the ring? And we didn't know for sure. But listen again, they actually gave her a fake ring, I think it was. But anyway, so, like, Sherlock, that she leaves and, like, Sherlock follows her, and apparently it said I can't remember if she gets into the cab, and he loses track of them. And then, like, when he sees the cab, like, no one comes out of the cab. Like, so what kind of happened in that scene? Like, did he just drop her off in a random street and kept driving?
Probably, yeah.
So what I took from that is, it's possible she didn't change, because it was like a young dude or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, at some point, I figured that person may have, like, taken the clothes off, and like just went into their normal attire, and maybe hidden it in the cab. Or they could, I don't know. It doesn't explain it. But from my understanding, that was Hope, though. The cabbie.
Yeah. I think, the cabbie is Jefferson Hope, yes.
Yeah. Which would make sense. And that's, like, when Sherlock had the street urchins start looking into the cabbie.
Yes.
So also you keep in mind, again, like, the streets are generally clogged with people and with other handsome cabs and that sort of thing. So all he's got to do is get whoever's tailing him. And you have to assume that Hope knew he was being tailed.
Right.
Because, I mean, why wouldn't somebody who puts out this advertisement try to see where that's going? So they probably knew that. So all he's got to do is find a couple of minutes where he's not being seen, right? Which is where Sherlock leaves the thing. And if he's in a crowded area, all the quote unquote old lady has to do is change clothes in the cab, get out on the other side, and blend into the crowd.
Yep. Just like turning a corner or any quickness.
They remark at the end, at the interrogation at the end, where they said, yeah, this person who got the ring was very, very smart about it. Like, we have no idea who that is. Can you tell us who it is? And Jefferson's like, I ain't a snitch.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah, we never
Yep.
find out about that mystery.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
he keeps.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was it? Damn it! I was gonna say. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Well, that's a good time for me to check in with chat, see if they're still
Yeah.
talking about food or what their thoughts are on the book.
Oh, I kind of know what I was saying now, but yeah, go.
I'm not judging, just want to know what I'm eating.
Yeah, I think he's still talking about the white gravy. It's essentially butter, milk, and salt,
Flour.
and pepper. Yeah, and flour.
And sausage if you're doing it properly.
Yeah, I mean, you
Biscuits
can
are
add
great.
things to it, but the base is like butter, milk, flour,
Yes.
and salt and pepper. That's it. That's
Yes.
That's the
And
base.
it's so simple yet so delicious. And you Brits are missing out. Scots, technically. My dad has been doing nothing but microwaving.
Almost food.
I mean, if it works, I guess.
It's easier, I guess. Grammy.
Oh Lord.
Actually.
Different generations, I guess. Does Holmes MacGyver his ways out of situations?
MacGyver.
If by MacGyver you mean outsmarts his way out of situations, then
Yeah.
yes, but he doesn't really like slap shit together from, toothpicks
Scratch.
and bubble gum wrappers.
Yeah. Now, this was an interesting question I saw when she put it in chat.
In the comics, probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't read those. In the movie, he's not in it.
Yeah. From Police Academy. I don't know what that's in reference to. Runs around like that.
Damn, he's a smoke.
Vengeance. He's bad.
He's Batman.
Yeah, Ariel. I know.
Wow, even I know.
That's a good burn, Ariel.
Damn. Get her.
Was Doyle an actual police officer at the time? That's a Sam question.
I don't actually know. I can look it up, but so could you.
I mean,
damn, that's cold.
You can look it up. I'll go with the thought I wanted to say. So, like,
yeah, I was just gonna throw it to you anyway.
Okay, so do you think that person really could have fooled them dressing as an old lady? Like, so Sherlock's supposed to be really smart. Like, is it really possible to fool a costume like that? You can pull off being an old lady that good?
I mean, there's different kinds of people all the time. Like, it depends on the acting. Well, and also remember at the time, well, actually, in the 1800s, were female actors doing female parts? They probably were, right?
Maybe.
Like in plays. But either way.
What was the question again? I was trying to.
Oh, Dom's just wondering how believable it is that a young buck could impersonate an old lady.
If the young buck was an actor, pretty believable.
Yeah.
Women weren't on stage at the time.
Well, and so that's what my question was, basically. Like in the 1800s, I feel like women probably, if they were, they weren't that common on stages. So
you saw them more in the United States, but over in England now, they even during the Victorian times, it was still mostly men doing all the roles.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, and so I would assume that person very likely was an actor that he could have paid to do it. So I don't think it's unreasonable to think that Holmes was fooled by that.
I haven't. I don't know if you have something planned. I have another question.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. How does Sherlock? Is Sherlock getting paid to do this? Like, is he getting paid by the detectives to do this? To help them out in certain cases?
I don't know about the detectives. It seemed implied that the other people that for like lesser crimes were. But go ahead, Sam.
He does get. I believe I could be wrong about this, but I believe he does get a stipend for consulting.
Yeah,
from
that would make
Scotland
sense.
Yard, right?
Yeah.
Because legally they're using him. He's doing a job for them, so they do pay him for it. But it's not like a lot. He doesn't rely on that by any means. And whenever later on you find out about his brother Mycroft, who works for Home Office, he's high up in what later becomes MI6 and that sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very shady dude, but he will bring work to Holmes and Watson on occasion. It usually has to do with national security and whatnot, and all he offers them is a sense of civic pride because he's a dick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
and because they don't want a paper trail.
So I'm kind of like I said, like I'm new to this. So Watson's kind of he's actually a big character going forward.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's the sidekick essentially.
Okay.
In superhero type of terms or
companion. Okay. So yes and no. He's Sherlock Holmes' companion and his chronicler.
I was going to mention all of that the stories earlier. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, all of the stories are written from the first person perspective from John Watson because he's the one telling the stories.
Yeah.
Right. And he starts off like in this first book, he's more or less an observer, right? Except when his medical expertise is called into play, right? He's more or less just kind of there experiencing the thing that is Sherlock Holmes at work.
Right.
But over time, he begins to become a detective himself, just by proximity and by experience and by learning and seeing all this stuff. And so Watson is a major character, major character, but he is the everyman character. He is he is representing the reader.
Yeah, he's telling the story through his perspective. Yeah, And is that the same for a lot of stories through his perspective?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda. Yeah.
And these guys, they would definitely be gay if
no.
Disney had their hands on them, right?
Oh no. Netflix already did that, shit, and fucking BBC already did that shit, and they were very, very, they were gay without calling it gay. Thank you, Stephen Moffat, for that. But no, they're not gay. They're just roommates, and later friends. They're not friends yet. They don't know each other well enough. But
today's world don't know two guys can't be friends like that. They gotta change shit.
So Ariel actually brings it up. What I was going to bring up earlier is at the end of the book, what they Doyle hints to is the fact that Holmes is kind of like, it's whatever. I'm not going to get the credit. I knew I wasn't going to get the credit. Yeah. I'm used to it. And Watson being like the new guy here in a way is like, no, that's bullshit. And I'm going to make sure that people know. So to me, that was hinting at like the next books that Watson is kind of like journal everything and somehow release it. Because like even in the beginning, Holmes like did that article where Watson kind of stuck his foot in it by saying that the author was talking nonsense, not realizing that it was Watson or that it was Holmes doing that. So I thought that was interesting too, that and seemed like it was a foreshadowing of events to come. It
is. And I mean, regarding like the publication, like essentially he writes these cases out as narratives, and then he publishes them in periodicals and whatnot the same way that Conan Doyle does with the actual stories that he actually wrote. If it were modern day, he'd be a blogger.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Although it'd probably be more like a vlogger if it's modern day.
It's kind of cruel in the story, but they said that he was gonna die at some point anyway. But the dog they do the pills on. They do clarify that there's a dying dog. They say
you're a city boy. It's fine.
What's that supposed to mean? I ain't from the city.
In the country, we treat our animals differently than the city.
Yeah.
So you
Based
killed
on
them?
quality of life.
So you would kill your cats?
So I actually, last year, I did have to put my cat down because...
I mean, I had to put my dog down. Yeah.
Well, so what I'm saying is, like, especially back in ye olden times of the 1800s, they basically just used that as an opportunity to put the dog down that was going to die anyway. That was already dying. And it's actually a way of putting it out of its misery.
I'm actually surprised by you. Okay.
Why?
I thought you were like, I hate that they did that or something like that.
I mean, it's like the woman in me, sure. My hackles are raised at something like that, but the logical side of myself, the dog was dying anyway, you might as well use it as a means to an end if you're in that situation, and they were.
So also, you got to keep into account again. You're talking about a time that was 130 years ago.
Yeah,
attitudes were totally different about that then.
Mm-hmm. And they kind of had to be because, I mean, even in modern times, there are people who put the life of an animal over the life of a human,
which is insane.
Yes, I will agree with that.
But it is a thing.
Yes.
And like I even do that when it comes to like fictional characters. So that freaking horror film Good Boy.
Yes,
that damn dog better not die. He better not freaking die.
I guarantee it will. I told you why it was going to die, right? I did tell you that.
No.
They said the Google
it's absolutely going to die. It's going to heroically sacrifice itself to save the day. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They said the Google searches were crazy. Is the dog going to die? I saw something like that.
There's someone like Meme Bastard, I think his name is, on Twitter that said that the dog doesn't die, but it does get like molested. And
what the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm like, that better be
fingered?
a really bad joke. I don't know. I don't care. I'm pretty sure it's a joke and it's a terrible one, but it better not be true at all. Because that's not going to fly anyway. But anyway, getting off track.
Yes.
Like with animals back then, that's just seen as putting it out of its misery. Would you rather they have shot the dog? Dumb. Would you rather they have shot the dog?
No, obviously not. No.
That's what they did
it's quicker.
back in the day.
What, then give it you said then giving it pills.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
shoot the dog and
a shot is instantaneous.
Depends where you're like, what if you miss? And then it's like it's still alive. It's going through a lot of pain.
Do you know how pigs are killed?
Enlighten me.
Oh, you are a city boy.
I can't remember the name of the tool, but it's right here. And it's just straight through the dome piece into the brain.
It's a bolter.
Is that what it's called?
And some people call it that. Yeah, there's another name for it. I forget what it is, but essentially what it does is it shoots out a big steel bolt that just penetrates the skull and hits the brain at extremely high speed.
Yeah.
They use it on cows and slaughterhouses too.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are okay with them killing the dog. I get it.
No, it's just a fact of life, man. It's just sometimes it needs to be done. And I would argue, by the way, that having to put down an animal is having to take an animal to a shelter to have them put it down is one thing. When you have to do it yourself, it's another thing.
Yeah. Yep.
But you have to pay them to do it. That's the thing.
Ultimately, I am okay with the dog.
Okay. Yes.
Being put out of its misery.
I did say I ultimately agree with it. Once it said dying dog, I'm like, I can see it now.
This wasn't just a young pup.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Sam, who's your favorite character?
In the series or in this book?
This book. I know it's Watson for the series. I'm not retarded.
Actually, for the series, it's a toss-up between Irene Adler and James Moriarty, but
okay,
I do like Watson quite a bit. Yeah, that's why I asked, because they haven't appeared yet, and they're not going to for a while. But in this book, probably my favorite character would have been the girl's father,
John
John
Farrar.
who did everything he could to
Ferrier,
keep her alive.
yeah.
Farrier,
John
something
Farrell.
like that.
Yeah, Ferrier.
Whatever.
Yep.
His name
I think as well developed, interesting characters go, he's right up there. You know, and he was just backstory for Hope's like rampage across continents.
Yep.
You know, but he was a good character, man. You know?
Because I mean, he wasn't even her father. He
his
was
adopted father, right?
Exactly. Like he was just the last one standing, and he wasn't going to let a little girl starve and dehydrate to death.
Till his death, he did everything he could to make sure she had a future and a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything he did was about providing for her.
Yep.
So apparently, this time period, like this is when like they were expanding west because
the gold rush
around the Louisiana Purchase. I read with Thomas Jefferson buying it for France.
Yeah.
No, this is a while after that.
Well, yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's after that. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Like, you know, the team, the 49ers, you know what they're named for? Is the
49ers?
Gold Rush Pioneers in 1849. Right. So this would have been around that same similar time, maybe a little bit later, a little bit earlier, when the Mormon Trail happened. There were a lot of different wagon trails that went west, and the Mormons were one of them. You know, they weren't the only one though. Like Donner Party happened around the same period of time as well. They weren't Mormons. They were trying to get to Oregon, Willamette Valley, I think. You know, a lot of people rushed out to California to, you know, pan for gold and whatnot. Those were the 49ers, because it was basically all kicked off in 1849. And all that. So there was westward expansion was happening at an extremely explosive pace, most of it kicking off from Independence, Missouri. Right. Or at least because that was like the last bastion of the East at the time, kind of thing. And the main difference is like everybody was going out there to make their fortune. The Mormons went out there to make a future for their people. You got to keep in mind, up until like 1972, it was still legal to kill Mormons on sight in this country.
Really? I didn't know. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it didn't happen a lot, but it was legal. Yeah.
Shit.
What I found funny about this book is modern times people still have the same view of Mormons as this fictional piece. I'll just say.
Yeah.
That people think it's not so fictional.
Right. But I mean, it's not like the early Mormons were without fault. They did some fucked up shit too. But
yes.
You know, but they were kind of lost in the shuffle of the westward expansion because a lot of people were going that way. They did forge their own trail. The Mormon Trail runs right through southern Wyoming. You know, most other people were trying to get over the Rockies either further north or further south than that. In fact, Donner Pass is in Wyoming too, or it's at the other end of it anyway. It's long story short, kids. If you're going to try to make it over the mountains, maybe start a little earlier than right before winter. That's all I'm saying.
General idea.
So I read.
Otherwise, you're going to end up having to eat dead people.
Yeah.
So I read author. So I'll just call him Doyle. I'm not going to say his whole name. I read somewhere he was getting controversy of like how ruthless he made the Mormons in this book. That they wouldn't threaten. They wouldn't threaten life. They wouldn't threaten your life if they wouldn't force you to marry. I don't know if that's true, Sam. Or I don't know.
Okay.
we weren't alive back then.
I don't
both
know
of
if
us
you read
were raised
something
in
about that.
Both of us were raised in the church.
Yeah, some of them probably were just as ruthless as that, because you get, like I said, in all groups you got good people and you got bad people, and the
Yeah.
bad people
Yes,
tend to be
okay.
really, really bad. The good people not so bad. And there are some rumors about Brigham Young himself being a bit of a tyrannical dickhead
Hmm.
when he took over for Joseph Smith. Right, he got them out to Utah, he built the place, but he was kind of a jerk. Um, and that
The
sort of thing.
power.
So there's probably some truth to it, but I wouldn't take it as gospel.
Yeah.
Because the criticism was like, Doyle, he doesn't understand how how it was in America at the time. I saw something like that online.
Well,
Right,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of amazing he had as much information as he did, though, too, given
Yeah.
that it was only like 50 years later and they were still sending messages on boats across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So, Dom, who's your favorite character?
I would say the murderer, Jefferson Hope.
I had a
I
feeling.
was to me, it could sound a little cruel, but yeah, I was kind of about him killing those people. I felt they deserve it. I know it's a little crazy thinking. You might think I'm a little crazy, but
No, that's not crazy. Like it's not
okay.
crazy to think that bad people deserve
Because even like
justice.
what's their names? Stagerson and
Stangerson and Drebber.
So like they brought their evils over to Europe too. Like they were still trying to force in the girl they stood at the house with to marry them and come back to America. So like they were still, maybe that's that's, I mean, maybe they didn't think it was evil. That's just the way they grew up. But
I think it has more to do with the fact that they were well-off, spoiled brats who were used to getting their fucking way.
they get in their way, yeah. So they never face any real punishment.
Like they were terrible people. No one's disagreeing with that.
Okay.
So like I understand why that would be your favorite character. Like it's he's almost like that. He's an anti-hero in a way.
He redeemed himself.
100%. No, his story makes the whole thing very cathartic by the end of it, right? And which is good. But to kind of paraphrase Gandalf the Grey when he's talking to Frodo about Gollum, is like there are many who die who deserve to live. Some who live deserve to die. Can you give it to him?
That's a good quote.
It's a butchery of the quote, but yes.
Yeah. But like when they arrest him, he actually dies like shortly after because they think he was sick.
Yes. Yeah, he had like heart disease or something along those lines. And he was basically happy that he was able to serve.
Yes. So I was thinking he wanted to tell his stories because he wanted his story to be viewed. I can't think of the word they use now. Damn it! Like he wanted to be viewed as like just like a typical criminal or something like that. Like he wanted his side of the story getting out there. Something along those lines. I can't remember how they worded it when I saw it.
Yeah, he didn't want to be viewed as just your standard riffraff, just your
soulless murderer.
Yeah, just a cutthroat, right? Any guy that they could have pulled off the docks who would have done something like this for a couple of pence or whatever. He wanted them to know who he was and what he did and why he did it, because he wanted it to be remembered.
Yeah.
And also, the reputation is a very, very big thing even today.
Yep. So who's your favorite character, Gal?
Oh, Brigham Young, hands down. He was the prophet, and
You okay?
She lied
I knew
to
that
her
wasn't gonna
fucking teeth.
I couldn't help it.
Why did Brady Young have green hair?
Oh yeah, that's totally my motivations for liking characters is their hair color.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm torn between Farrier, the dad,
And the old lady?
Watson and Holmes. No, not the old lady. I mean, it's easy to say that Sherlock Holmes is your favorite, even though it's like the first one and you're just getting to know them. Same with Watson, especially because I knew of them beforehand. But I lean towards Ferrier for similar reasons, as I mentioned earlier and Sam was talking about. Like, he is definitely a well-written character that he sacrificed a fucking lot because he did not want to be part of the church.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But it was the only way for them to live. And he knew that, so he had to make the hard choice. And he was not going to let his daughter be beholden to anyone in the church. And so he fought until the very end to save her from that. Even though he fails, but
yep,
he did his damnedest to protect that girl. And I can't overlook that. Like, that is just, that's the whole meal for a character. Like, it's not just an appetizer or dessert.
Oh, and he kind of had like I was like freaky, like a scary thing, like where like the Mormons, they were like scaring him, like they were putting the countdown on the notepad of each how many days he has left for his daughter to decide. Like he said he woke up and stuff 30, 29, 28, and then I think they just skipped to 2 when her love interest comes back and they try to escape him.
And he also, even during that time period of those 30 days that he was given, he did his best to not let her see how worried he was. And that's just in another way protecting her, especially during those times. Yeah, I just really appreciated the
sacrifices he made. Yeah.
Well, and he also was able, like, they gave him land and then he was able to make money off of it and give her a good life.
Yeah.
There's just so much that he did and it was all for her.
And he got pretty rich too, they said. Like, he came one of the richest.
He was richer than everybody else, yeah.
And that's why they wanted, like, that's why she was such a prize, beyond the fact that she was a desert rose. The money behind it, the land behind it, what you would inherit from that
comes with her.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, because women weren't allowed a lot of leeway in terms of property, you know, and all of that stuff at the time. So if you were to marry a woman who had inherited property, that property legally became yours, not hers.
Yep.
Which is what they were after.
It's essentially the dowry.
Yeah, times were different. Not altogether worse.
All right, let's check in the chat. Yeah, those were simpler times, weren't they? Let's see. Cats go feral in the country. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, it's true.
You can have Jay open the door for them. I don't know if you know.
Well, when they're feral, they're not even inside.
Man, that's a callback to a couple of years ago.
Right?
Oh, you know about that? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's deep lore.
Yeah.
Grammy showed me how to yank a head off a chicken by just cranking its neck. Yep.
See, I know nothing about that life.
Just City we boy. Know.
City boy.
And see, you've seen Old Yeller, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you have, sure. Sam. Did you just say
sure? Yeah, sure.
You've never seen Old Yeller? Dumb. I'm gonna tattle on you.
On who?
You're as bad as Cloud.
I told you, my list actually is bad.
Yeah. This is what
you haven't seen the Goonies, so shut up.
That's my choice. This is for you,
Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not a liberal.
I was just waiting until he could see it.
I think I'm a fucking liberal.
Mm-hmm. They mentioned that it was an old dog, Ariel.
Yes.
And it was like an old dog that was also in pain. So it was the combo. not just one or the other.
And they odds are it probably was arthritic with severe tumors and things like that going on.
And then it seems that Watson is probably your favorite, Ariel. That's what I'm taking from that.
He's a good character. Yeah.
He really is a good character. I agree. Manifest destiny.
I think Wyoming short cause a lot of problems.
She's talking shit, Sam.
Yeah.
That's fine. It sucks here half the year, so I get it. I live here. She's right.
Building an empire usually requires an asshole to get the job done. It's true. Like that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Well, hello, Snow.
Oh, there you go, Sam.
Well, I'm out.
No, you never leave. This happens all the time.
Snow.
Yes, this is my kitty cat, Snow. He's very snow-like, isn't he?
Hey, Snow. When Gal's not paying attention, rip that blanket next to her and just tear it into pieces. All right. How many dolls do you have that are missing heads?
Are they hanging from strings in your closet like Blair Witch?
And then there's another question for you.
Has breaking spaghetti have caused you to go down a dark path? Maybe. Maybe.
No, that was that response video you put out with that was fucking hilarious. That was good comedy. It was.
Oh, when I'm like this?
Yeah. That was really funny.
And they like just splattered all over everywhere. I didn't expect that to happen. Because it hit my face too.
It was fine. It made the point beautiful.
Yes.
This was earlier when Sam was.
Yeah, when I was misquoting Tolkien.
Yes, butchering it, if you will. Thank you for the snacks, Cliff, and welcome. Hello. You're late. Terrible Marine.
God damn it, Cliff.
He was a moral man wronged by evil people, and with all the players dead, he wanted someone to know. Yep. Thank you. Hello, Toxic Man Flu.
So, Gal, I actually re-listened to your stream to get a better understanding of the book. You kind of asked a question on there, but no one really answered it. But do you think you guys could live with Sherlock Holmes? You asked that question on one. Can't remember which one, but
fuck no.
If you could live with him?
Yeah, you probably remember asking that question.
Oh, I'd kill him within 3 days, man.
I could see myself asking that question. I could live with him.
No. I get very little sleep as it is. I got a whole thing about noisy neighbors. It's no.
Yeah.
No, he would be the next case.
Sam did answer the question. I forgot. Sam was one that didn't answer your question in the stream, actually.
Do you think you could, Dom?
He would probably not. He would be a pain in the ass because he's like a know-it-all, and like you couldn't. He's like a person like you probably couldn't pull off a surprise birthday party for, like, because he'll figure it out.
Is that your motivation in life? How you pick out your roommates?
If I can pull a surprise birthday party on someone,
yeah,
sure. Yeah, but he would be a.
You can see by Dom's face there, he loves surprise birthday parties. Like his mission in life is to surprise everyone for their birthday.
Yes, that's what city boys do.
The theme of the evening.
But yeah, like he's like something that you couldn't get by, like, and that would just fucking annoy me after a while.
I've had to have many roommates though. Like I'm used to, like, not by choice, having to deal with stupid motherfuckers as roommates. In the Marines, but I didn't mind his proclivities. Like, I say that not having lived with someone exactly like him, of course, but
you got a nice roommate now, Mom. The perfect roommate.
He wakes me up at like 3 a.m. for food all the time, and then he wants outside. Oh, you mean my brother? Oh, he's all right.
Yeah, because he's a Red Sox fan. Other than that, he's like.
What are the standings again?
Yankees are actually ahead.
By
They
how
actually
much?
play each other like a game or two, and they actually play each other this weekend: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And how far
Sorry.
ahead were they earlier in the season? Like, what? Maybe was it even a month ago?
Yes, Yankees are doing terrible. I get it, but they're doing better now.
I'm sorry you still have to work, Toxic. I hope it's almost done for you, man.
Sam, can you just say like fuck the Red Sox? I know you don't like baseball.
Fuck baseball and everybody who watches it.
There you go.
Okay.
That's for you. Not for you, Ariel. This is for Sam.
That's for you. She said that's for you too, Ariel. She wrote in the private.
I'm not taking sides in this shit, man. If I gotta pick a team, right? And I haven't watched baseball. You have to keep this in mind. I haven't watched baseball since the last game I went to with my dad when I was a kid, which was decades ago. But if I had to pick a team,
stadium to you.
Closest stadium is Invesco Field, but the fuck the Rockies. You know, but no, it would be the St. Louis Cardinals because that's the team I grew up with. Yeah.
Okay.
Invesco Field?
Yeah, it used to be Mile High Stadium.
It's not Invesco Field.
It's not.
It's Coors Field.
Which one is Coors Field? Yeah, I don't know. It's named after some fucking stupid thing or other. Actually, Pete Coors. Pete Coors is a bit of an asshole. I don't know from sports, man. I know I went to one of those, one of the two of them. I can't remember which for the last concert I went to.
Honestly,
down there, that's about it.
Sam saw Babe Ruth.
I'm not that fucking old.
Yeah, you are. Nice try.
No, but I remember when Pete Rose was still playing before he got banned for life.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
And when they put him in the Hall of Fame.
Doyle was very negative on Mormonism. And it influenced the story. He later visited Utah and interacted with church leaders and apologized for his portrayals.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I saw something along those lines. Yes.
I respect that. Thank you, Toxic. Selena, my lovely best friend. How are you, darling?
Hi, Selena. Nice to see you.
But you like
Lord.
I'm sure she meant
Ariel. Oh, she did. She corrected herself even, which is rare for her. She
Thanks,
doesn't
Ariel.
always correct herself.
Gotta drive that point home.
Look, it ain't my fault. People took their time doing their job and caused me to wait. I didn't ask for excuses, Cliff. Wow, Ariel. What the hell?
Why isn't the two best teams I have at wild card game? She likes old school.
I mean, like
creates
I'm with her on this, man. I'm with her. The only sports worth watching are blood sports, man.
You
I mean, back in the day, football wasn't exactly, as neutered as it is now.
You know what?
Oh, you mean before they put all those fucking pads on that far back in the day?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna pull an Adam here. Can we ban Ariel for that?
I don't ban people, but don't half-ass soft porn. Just go full. What?
Is it essentially saying that football is, 22 dudes in tight pants playing grab ass for 4+ hours?
Gotcha.
Don't be jealous.
She's not wrong.
So, Cliff, you went the speed limit, you mean? Oh, well, what else? Okay. Let's start with Dom.
What are we talking about again?
Where would you rank this book?
Out of all the books you ranked?
Yeah.
Out of all the books you read? Damn,
yeah.
I know I said ranked.
I can pull up my list here.
Oh yeah, that would help.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you started me first. Damn it.
So did you start with Animal Farm?
Yes, I was semi-involved, so I'm not going to count that one. I can always go back and read.
But anyways, we had A Princess of Mars,
Yes.
Animal Farm, we've read. Haunting of Hill House, Sam's favorite, of course.
No, that one needs to be sent so far to the fucking bottom of the rankings that it's stricken from reality as though it never happened. Like Moses' name off the walls of Egypt.
Oh, I thought you were going to pull like a screen up of all the stuff you read.
No, I'm not. I don't have like an actual list written out, and I'm not showing you my YouTube studio. But Journey to the West, Frankenstein, Jurassic Park, and Sherlock. Studying Scarlet.
Well, I like Journey to Mars. That's
Princess of Mars.
Princess
John
of
Carter.
Mars.
We'll just call it John Carter.
That kind of brought me into this light and like in to read books and stuff like that. So you can't remember. Yeah, you don't remember the first. You always remember the first book. Kind of got you into it. So
yeah,
I got to put that on my list. And
we'll just do top 3, by the way.
This top 3. Yeah. So yeah, that's one. Jurassic Park, I would probably say 2. I would say it was 2, and then this. I want to say Journey to the West. That kind of dragged. Definitely not Shirley Jackson book. That sucked.
So that leaves Frankenstein and this one.
I say this one.
So that's your 3rd favorite?
Yes.
So far?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my top 3.
And I guess we're not doing top 3. We were ranking where this one goes in our list, but either way, that's fine.
And this doesn't include Animal Farm because I wasn't appropriate. Didn't fully understand it at the time.
Gotcha.
I wasn't paying attention to
no worries.
Rank it.
What about you, Sam? Where does this rank on your list of what I've read so far?
I don't have a list because I'm not a nerd.
You call me a nerd?
I am. Yes.
You're a punk ass is what you are.
No.
You are too a nerd.
Me?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Sam, not you.
So I don't know, because honestly, I got really, really bored with Journey to the West. Right?
Yeah, understandable.
The basics, the fundamentals of that story are well known because they've been duplicated and like turned into many, many other things throughout pop culture. Everybody knows the basics of the story, right? But the
I watched a fucking K-drama.
Prose of it is so fucking boring. It is. Yeah, and I'm with you on that. Like I watched my favorite version of it is probably the least accurate, and it's the one that's got Jackie Chan and Jet Li and this kid who's playing a guy named Tripithecus.
Oh God.
It's called The Forbidden Kingdom, and it's a lot of fun, and in my opinion, way more entertaining. It's also only a couple hours long, so it's really easy to get into and out. So I would probably put that pretty close to the bottom just because it just I had a very hard time maintaining interest.
Yeah.
Yep.
The very bottom is anything Shirley Jackson has ever touched.
Yeah, we know.
I missed her in the chat.
I mean, I would put her children at the bottom of the list if I could. Fuck that. You know what? I'm glad you're dead, Shirley.
Yeah. You went devil for.
Watch her come in chat yelling at you for that comment.
Oh, I don't even care. What's she gonna do? She's just an impotent ghost anyway. So I don't know. Michael Crichton is always kind of hit or miss for me. I'm not really I like hard science, but I don't like data sheets in the middle of the fucking novel.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you weren't a fan of that? Oh.
Not as such, no. In terms of, I think it's like, did you guys ever read anything by Brian Jacques? He wrote like Redwall and Mossflower and whatnot. They're basically medieval, stories, but with talking animals, kind of thing. They seem kind of like made for kids, but they're kind of not. They get very violent at certain points.
Is that
some of
like
the themes are
Watership Down?
Oh, totally different thing. Also extremely violent and not for kids, but totally different thing.
Oh, okay. I swear it was like a French name author.
It is.
Okay.
His last name is Jacques, Jack. Queues, but he's American. Or British. He's American or British. I forget which. Either way, he will craft these really compelling stories with these great characters, and he will interrupt the flow of it with these like 4 or 5 page lists of all the fucking foods in their glorious detail that they're having at a specific feast, and just
I can't.
Like it breaks the fucking narrative, right? And the same thing with the data sheets with Crichton. If he could keep the flow of the narrative going, like there's got to be a way to integrate that. Jules Verne had the same problem with like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The main character is a naturalist, so he just stares at the window for like pages and pages at a time, listing all the fish he sees.
There was a book that I read where it started out that way, and I had to push through it. I'm like, I want to read this. My friend recommended it. I want to read this. At one point, it was like a post-apocalyptic story. I can't remember the title of it, but I really enjoyed the book. Once they got past like the character describing every single item of canned food on the convenience store or gas station shelf. Like, I don't care. I've been into a gas station.
It's unnecessary, right? Unless the specific supply that you're referencing plays a pivotal role in the plot, you don't need to list everything. You just be like, they went in and they got supplies, and this thing here, which will come into play later. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to fucking go on forever about that.
But at least that book just started with it and then never did it again. Like,
right. And Jurassic Park for me had a really compelling story and some really engrossing action scenes and some really great characters that were interrupted repeatedly and it wasn't always like at the beginning of chapters. Sometimes it'd be a character explaining something to somebody else, but it just goes into this incredibly minute detail, which is impressive from a scientific angle, not so great for a novel. So while I like Jurassic Park, it's probably not very high on the list. Just in terms of the ones that you've read so far. It's a good book, but it's got that one glaring problem that kind of takes it down for me. Obviously I love Frankenstein. It's one of my favorite books ever. I think, just in terms of narrative structure and character work and the horror of it, the creeping Victorian like horror of it. Not even Victorian. This was earlier than that. This was like a century before that. But the gothic horror of it all. I really I love that fucking book, and I'm very glad that you got a chance to read it.
I loved it too. It was good.
So I would probably put that up at the top, also because it was my pick. So up top.
Well, yeah. The bias is showing. I get it.
Right. Well, I wear my bias on my sleeve. It's fine.
Sleeves.
No, just the one. The other one, I'm wearing something else, but you can't see it.
Okay.
So otherwise, this one is really good. I really liked 18th century writing.
Yeah.
Or 19th century writing, rather. It would have been the 19th century. I liked the aesthetic of a lot of things. I like the fact that people treated it as though they had actually gone to school and learned vocabulary.
Right, because it reminds you of your childhood.
Yeah, it does a little bit. Yeah. So this one's up there for me as well. Plus, you're talking about a guy who, while he didn't invent the detective genre, he did kind of perfect it for a great long period of time, right?
Yeah.
But arguably Poe invented it with his Inspector Dupont in Murders of the Rue Morgue, but which would have been, again, about a century earlier, give or take. But Doyle is what made the detective genre not only famous but popular. Right?
I could see that, yeah.
Beginning with this story here, right? And it's a good story. It's a great introduction to these characters. So, yeah, that'd be right below Frankenstein for me. What were the other options?
Animal Farm.
John Carter.
Yeah.
Hard to choose between the two. I think Animal Farm is a more important story than it is entertaining.
Yes.
So I'd probably put that lower on the list just because it's not really a fun read, but it's an important one. And Burroughs is right up there with Doyle for me. You know, like I'd probably put them on the same level just because I like Burroughs. Burroughs is a fun writer, and he was a contemporary, by the way, of Doyle. So, you know, kind of similar styles. Like his Tarzan books are incredible. All the stuff where Tarzan goes to the center of the earth, Pellucidar, is really cool. Then you know, and obviously the John Carter stuff, all the Martian warlord stuff is really, really fun. It's adventure writing, I think, at its peak.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that writing. I might take that on my trip, actually, because I got basically like the omnibus of the John Carter series.
Yeah. Toxic Man Flu, we should all be grateful that he didn't write like Emily Dickinson. That bitch's writing is so dry. It's so dull.
So this is up there, it sounds like, with Frankenstein and John Carter for you, towards the
just
top.
Below, but yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Okay. That's up there for me too. Like John Carter, Frankenstein, I think, is my favorite so far. Probably second would be John Carter for me. And then this. Possibly this might be higher than John Carter, but barely. They're going to fight for second, I'd say. But yeah, I agree with the rest with what you said, Sam. Jurassic Park would come next. Well, actually, Animal Farm is above Jurassic Park, and then Journey to the West for me. And I just don't even want to talk about The Haunting of Hill House because, Devil, you're evil for even suggesting it. How dare you? If you're listening.
I miss those times reading the book.
You know what the great thing about that is you can pick it up and read it again on your own anytime you like.
Okay, this is some of the pictures. I don't know if you can see. There's some of the pictures they had in my book because I actually did the yearbook about pictures because mine had some pictures in it.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I think I remember reading that in the description that there were photos in it. Let's see what chat. I saw this earlier. Doyle's original negative views were correct. Mormons are sexy, have green hair, and own cats. Thank you, Toxic. I was born into it. I'm not a practicing Mormon anymore.
That's how you can tell I'm not one anymore, is because I hate cats. I'm not very sexy and my hair is not green.
I don't know. Your image looks a little green to me. Can't see the hair though.
Yeah. I'm so goddamn old though. You keep saying how old I am. My hair is like white and gray.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say falling out. Okay.
No. Still have a full head of hair. Thanks very much to my Native American father. I'm not gonna go bald, but I am gonna go white.
Ariel wants the NFL uniforms to seem as a lingerie league.
The lingerie football league. That's a cool league.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but nobody watches that for the game.
Yeah.
Interesting, Kel. Animal Farm's your number one of the ones I've read. I mean, I can understand it, especially because of level of importance, for sure.
Kel's another guy who's been around the dinosaur age, too.
Yeah, that's true. Samuel. Gal doesn't want to read The Very Hungry Cat.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
I remember that book. Oh, my God.
Maybe Gal's already read The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Isn't this the whole point of this stuff you haven't read?
No, it's the main point of this is just because I want to like read, and so I force it into my own life by doing streams. However, the other part is people like Devil. He helped me start it up because he doesn't like to read because he's like got issues reading. And people who don't have time to read, don't like to read, stuff like that, but they might still want to at least hear the stories. I can at least be the audiobook format for them. And then to read books that I haven't read. That's like, it's the lowest on the list. Because my second book, I had already read John Carter. The Count of Monte Cristo is a favorite book of mine, but they're good stories. Yeah. And that one especially.
It's a good book. Yeah.
That's why he loves this book. Because this is like a revenge story. This book was right.
Yeah. The Adventures of the Monkey. I haven't seen that.
Adventures of the Monkey. I feel like it's
that's probably
that Ariel would watch.
Yeah.
Okay, Ariel, have a good night.
Have a good night, Ariel. Glad you're feeling better.
Yes, same.
Question is what
like...
subject?
And then this was the next comment I left for a second. We're euthanizing animals.
I think he might be a little behind on the stream.
A little bit, yeah.
Get Alex killing dogs.
Thank you, Cliff. He can't read, so I'm reading to him. Doyle hates that he was famous for Holmes. Interesting. Well, hated. He wanted to write historical fiction like Emily Dickinson, but this is what you were talking about. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah. Well, Doyle considered it like, pulp fiction, and by that I don't mean the Tarantino film. I mean actual pulp fiction, like the pulpy, like crude, crass for the masses kind of fiction. And he didn't want to do that. He wanted to do highbrow stuff that high society would entertain his novels. Kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
But he instead created a character in a world that appealed to everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Can't choose your legacy either, so.
And you guys are gonna watch the show, right? You guys
What's
are on
that?
the fence. The show, well, basically with this comedy, the Frankenstein show.
There's a horror, but way more than that, and very well written. Oh, yes, I agree with this. Toxic, you are.
Yes.
The show, Dom.
November.
I'm interested in it. Yes. I haven't seen anything that is too much of a red flag.
It looks.
Huh?
I have reservations.
Yeah.
It interests me. I don't know. It looks pretty interesting.
Sam has been invested in it since the book was published, so I can understand his reservation.
Fuck you.
like now since reading the book, I kind of I just want to see what's on film.
That's an interesting question, Kel, because which we'd have to narrow it down to a specific thing, and he wrote so many good things, right?
I was just
War of
gonna
the
ask,
Worlds, The Invisible Man, The Time Machine, which by the way is I think probably more relevant now than ever.
That was on my list, The Time Machine. I think you suggested it, Sam.
Yeah. Wells has written a lot of cool stuff and was thought of as, while not the, that thing I was telling you about how Mary Shelley basically invented modern science fiction.
Yeah.
Wells gets the credit 80 years later.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because Jules Verne was writing shit way before him too.
It's because he's a man and she was a woman.
Well, so was Jules Verne.
What's the phrase? Leave it to a man to take credit for a woman's work.
I think probably because Frankenstein didn't just cross boundaries, it bent them.
Yeah. And I'm obviously joking as well. So
right.
Oh,
but H.G. Wells is like what happened in the 30s with pulp magazines and the 50s with like sci-fi, like explosion of movies and stuff. Wells is credited for kind of like the whole modern perception, the current modern perception of science fiction and how it got there and all that stuff, because he was writing some really interesting, cool stuff, which, by the way, there's a movie you should check out if you haven't seen it with Malcolm McDowell, and it's called Time After Time, and it's about Malcolm McDowell plays H.G. Wells, right?
Oh,
but he actually invented the time machine, and he's friends with a man who it turns out is Jack the Ripper. Right. So when the Bobbies come to his house looking for his friend goes and he jumps in the time machine to 1979.
Okay.
And Wells is forced to follow to put an end to his killing spree in the future.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's
That's
really
a cool
twist.
Yeah. All right.
It's a neat movie.
What's it called again?
Time After Time.
Time After Time. Okay.
Think of the song.
Yeah. It's got Mary Steenburgen's in it. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Apparently you're not a proper Mormon, Sam.
Conversion is a thing, Kel. First of all. Second, I'm not that old.
Sam can be a proper Mormon, just like I can be a proper Italian.
Yeah. Also, I'm excommunicated, so the first part is actually pretty accurate. I'm not a proper Mormon.
It's true enough. We were discussing favorite of the ones I've read, but I should probably eventually read this book. Everybody seems to love it. I never read it though.
That's kind of my next. What's like the? This jumping ahead, but what's like your next genre you're going to go to after you read this next one?
I don't know. I'll probably leave it to a poll.
Why you're going to leave it up to us and not like go queen on us and you pick?
I don't know. I could be dictatorial if I feel like it. Keep talking smack and see what happens. I might just be like, you know what? I'm going to read the Count of Monte Cristo. Keep pushing it. Or the Count of a Lot of Crisco.
Yeah. I now I am actually curious though, of all books you've like, what would you say is your favorite book so far in life?
In life?
Yeah. What's your favorite book?
62.
I don't remember half the books I've read. Like there was one summer between grades that I read 75 books. So
you don't have a favorite, like one that you go back to again and again kind of thing?
Technically it's
Harry Potter.
Is it The Hungry Caterpillar?
No. It's about a female knight in a fictional realm. Where this is just going to tell you all about who I am as a person that everybody already knows anyway. She pretends to be her twin brother because girls aren't allowed to become knights, and her brother didn't want to become a knight and she didn't want to become a lady. So she's a major tomboy and she becomes a knight, and yeah, hijinks ensue. So that's a favorite series. I read it when I was like 13 or 14 years old.
Does she have color hair too?
Bite me. She actually has like red hair, natural red hair. Thank you very much. Fuck. I mean, it's not. Yeah.
Don't you say Harry Potter? Because you said that was kind of got you.
I have a love-hate relationship with Harry Potter.
That kind of got you going in the direction you told me.
Yes. Harry Potter is what got me, like, I was not as intelligent because I was not good at reading. And then my teacher read the first Harry Potter book to our class, and that's what helped me understand that there was a story behind the words, and so I couldn't put books down after that fact. Like, I reread the first Harry Potter book and then waited on tenterhooks every time the newest book was released to get that book and wait for my brother to read it first because he's older. And then I was able to read it, and I'd read every book in like one night. I loved those books, but I also don't think that the author is who everyone thinks the author is. But that's a story for another time. And I also hate that it got so popular. Damn, I don't.
And they're making it better now, right?
I'm just not even going to talk about that. I'm going to answer Sam's question, and I think it might actually be Frankenstein.
Really? Huh.
Wow.
Because I really want to go back and reread it.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
But I really liked how that was written.
Yeah, it's really good. It's very well done.
Yeah. I know I'm forgetting other books that I've read. I liked The Eye of the World, but I haven't read the rest of the Wheel of Time books. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
And all the books that I adore, that I have loved throughout my entire life, have all been like a series of books. So it's also hard for me to think of one book specifically, but I really liked Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's a great book. I don't blame you. It's one of my faves too. I'm curious, Dom, do you have a favorite book?
I can't really answer because I didn't really do book reading until like basically the stream. Like all the books I kind of read are just during school.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I never really read a book on my own until the stream happened.
Really?
And yeah. But
this actually, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, this actually got me going. But I did actually, so I did read I can't think of what it's called now. The Star Wars book you got me to read.
Oh yeah.
What's that called?
I can't remember.
Fuck. But it's,
Ask Brian. It's the one that he always recommends people start with.
yes,
Truce of Bakura?
No,
no,
it's one of the
It's-
EU books. I'm
yeah,
sure that
EU.
one is. I probably put it down somewhere.
that could be up there actually. I enjoy that.
No,
Heir to the Empire. Heir to the Empire. Heir to the
Heir to the
Empire.
Empire.
There it
the,
is.
the Zahn trilogy, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Maybe I can put that there.
Um,
Do you ever read Lord of the Flies?
Yes.
Because I read that in school.
I have a copy.
You like that?
The like is a strong word. That book has issues.
It's been a while since I've read it. But
is that the
That's the one about the
kids?
kids who were stranded on an island and form a kind of rudimentary and very brutal society.
Yeah.
And didn't the
Yeah.
movie adaptation change it?
It kind of watered some things down. Yeah.
There was something that I think it was Jay Longbone was talking about how there were books that basically they were too right-wing for Hollywood, and Hollywood changed a lot of the things. So
Yeah,
like
it was-
the movie adaptation made it seem like the kids were just barbarians that had no structure. When these boys are left to their own devices, but actually in the book they created a society.
It's extremely and rigidly hierarchical in the book.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
like the movie makes it where the kids had no structure whatsoever.
Yeah,
The
it
boys,
was.
I should emphasize.
Yeah, I mean the end result is more or less the same. Bad shit
Yeah.
happens, but
Right.
but how they get there is a little bit different. But yeah, I've read Lord of the Flies. It's not that's not on my list of favorite books ever.
Mm.
No.
So
That's like a classic book. Yeah, we go.
with Dom's answer, I have a question for you, Sam. Do
Okay.
you consider Dom to have read these books that he listened to with my streams?
Well, he said he was reading along though, right? That's why he's got the copies.
Starting from
So John Carter, he
Frankenstein.
wasn't.
Yeah.
So for John Carter,
Frankenstein's where I kind of started doing that.
I don't know if I would say that you've read them, Dom, in that instance, but like the story, you listen to somebody else read them
Yeah.
to you, right? So like you're familiar with the story. I'd say it's probably a different experience, obviously, than having a tactile book in front of you, right? There's just something about like the feel and the smell of the book and reading the words off the page yourself that like I don't think really can be replicated. It's why I don't do a lot of books on tape for that reason. But I don't know. He's familiar with the story though at this point, right?
Yeah.
Because of it. So
This actually was an interesting question because I made a poll on this and a decent amount of people answered it and it was like pretty much 50-50. I think counting as reading like just barely won. Like so people were actually cool in the middle of what.
And you don't really want to skew the poll by saying don't take it literal. Like literally, no, you did not read the book, but at the same time, like the story and you can take away the lessons from it. So is that considered reading it, or like you just say that you listened to it? And
well, I don't know that I would even put it in those terms. Like Dom, your journey with this, I wouldn't necessarily put it in those terms because like these streams, like the first couple of them maybe you just listen to, but they got you to pick up books and actually read, right? So like it's a win either way in my book.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Before I forget, I do want to say hi to Andy because I had just gotten there and then we got distracted again. So hello, Andy, if you're still in chat.
I was dancing around that fucking spoiler all stream, man.
What's funny, Sam? It wouldn't have been a spoiler until you said that.
I know. God damn. Anyway, it happened. It's out there now. Yeah. That's a thing. Real quick, they just tossing it out there, my 2 cents on the whole favorite book thing. So it's Once Upon a Time It Would Have Been the Great and Secret Show by Clive Barker. But that has since been supplanted by Night Watch by Terry Pratchett.
Okay. What type of books does Terry Pratchett read or write?
Science fiction and fantasy mostly, and satirical fantasy at that. Yeah, he's the guy who does Discworld. He does a bunch of other stuff too, but Discworld's what he's known for. He's got like something like almost 49 books in that series.
Jesus.
Maybe a little bit more. There won't be any more. He's dead, but
yeah.
And Night Watch is one of them. It's my favorite story involving my favorite character in all of Discworld.
Okay, interesting.
So speaking of like Frankenstein, I got the shirt from like Epic Universe. It's like all the monsters in the universe.
Nice.
It's like werewolf and I don't know the characters. You probably guys know.
Oh yeah, it's the Mummy, the Gill Man. Looks like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, the Wolfman. Yeah.
Oh, so like I asked Gal this question. So I was at Epic Universe, like so they have the Frankenstein universe kind of there. I think they kind of like gender swapped Victor Frankenstein, and they have Victoria Frankenstein. So I asked Gal, like, is she an actual character? But I'm pretty sure no, they just like gender swapped her.
So I looked it up, and it's only in that theme park. She was created for that theme park, and she's like a distant relative of Victor Frankenstein. So it's not that she's Victor Frankenstein.
Oh,
she's a distant relative. It's not in any adaptations or anything of the book itself. It's just for Epic Universe that she was created.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there is a female Frankenstein out there for some reason or other.
And I thought they could have done better at that park. So, I mean, I don't know if you're ever going to go there. I thought they could have done better for the Monster Universe there.
Yeah. I think they just need to stop.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
I don't know how many recipes you can get with crayons. You melt it.
You know, it's funny. Like we were saying, this can be a short stream. We actually did close to 2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it wasn't always
because you and Sam are so long-winded. No, it just happens. We get good discussion.
Yeah. 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 It worked.
Any other thoughts on the book, guys?
It's a great entry point, and you know, there's a lot more where that came from. So
yeah. What about you, Dom? Anything
Final
else?
thoughts? I've been like asking you to do a mystery book, and I'm enjoyed. This is pretty good. Maybe I kind of wish there was kind of a longer story, maybe.
Yeah,
and we could like be guessing like, oh, who's the killer and stuff like that. I wish we could maybe do a typical mystery book like that.
Yeah,
but
I can understand that.
I still enjoy this. Like this, because we like flew through this, so like we didn't really have like time to like, hey, what do you think is gonna happen now and stuff like that. Going on for other streams. Well,
who knows? Maybe the Sign of the Four is longer.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, maybe.
It's just a new mystery.
But it's just as long, I think, right? A little bit longer. Well, you can tell you have the book.
If I remember right, like I was telling Gal earlier, if I remember correctly, I might not, but there were 4 novels or short novels that he wrote, and the rest were short stories that sort of take place in between the novels, right?
Yep.
Studying Scarlet was the first one. Sign of Four, I think Hound of the Baskervilles, and His Last Vow. I might be missing something. Toxic Man Flu, if you're listening, you probably know this a little better than I do.
Valley of Fear is before His Last Vow.
Oh, okay.
And then the Case Book of Sherlock Holmes is the last one, but that one's just another series of short stories.
Yeah, it is a cool looking book, though.
Yeah,
this
is like one of those. I have Norse mythology and the Grimm brothers stories in
how much that cost?
$35, I think.
Not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, the Sign of the Four is about the same length, though.
So what's your final thoughts, Gal?
Overall, I really liked it. Like I've mentioned, I the more I think about it, the more I enjoy how part 2 is like the breakdown of what happened beforehand. So it's an even further study into the crime itself, but it's more the reasoning behind it. I had a lot of fun with it, honestly, just like guessing the Mormons before it was being told that it was Mormons. Like I was picking up on those subtle little hints.
Yeah. You were all over that storyline.
Yeah.
What was going on?
Well, and like when they said Brother Sangerson, like I was just like, oh, that is the freaking nail in the coffin for me. Like this is totally Mormons. There were other hints, just like the caravan and everything, but yeah. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it, and I'm pretty excited to get to the sign of the 4.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. Let's see.
So you're taking off for 2 weeks, and Darmy's gonna take over for you and read, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't think that would end well. No.
You would listen, Sam.
Andy, I'm pretty sure Sam's actually recommended books of his.
Repeatedly. She doesn't listen.
No, I have a tab open. It's just stuff happens. I'm sorry, okay?
You know what's really funny to me is she will take my book recommendations very seriously, but my movie ones not so much.
Oh,
that's because your movie takes or shit takes, man.
I gave her a few recommendations. She never listens.
Oh my lord.
Never.
She's got to clean the woman out of her ears first so she can hear yours.
I will kick you.
I know.
What's up, Mud Crab? Welcome. Tail end here. Too many cats and Sherlock Holmes for men. Okay.
Mud Crab, I finally heard what you sound like. I popped your stream on Rumble.
Oh, you went into the full Aussie stream?
His other one. What's it called? Something of seafood. What's it called? Contains traces of seafood.
Yes. Yeah.
He was live on that channel. I'm like, oh, let me see what he sounds like. And I heard what he sounds like.
Hello, Weasel. This is for you, Dom.
Dom, you have to submit your formal recommendations in green crayon. Why?
You know, so she can lick the page.
Sure.
And it has to be green. Sam, what do you got coming up?
Shortly after this, I'm going to be getting back into Lies of P on my channel. It might take the whole fucking stream, but I'm going to take down Arlecchino, that son of a bitch. It's going to happen tonight. So, otherwise, yeah, it's probably just more game streams up until Friday. We got to be some musings on Friday on my channel. Beelzebub over on Devil's channel, Beelzebub right after that. And Screaming into the Void, we're actually going to kind of get a little bit back into the nature versus nurture conversation regarding child development. So it should be a good show. By the way, Clue, when I said that I wanted you to like be available, I don't mean like in the chat. I want you on the panel for that because I think this is right up your alley. So just putting that out there now. And then, yeah, this the usual shit, helping out with Amira. And that's about it.
Nice. His channel will be in the description after the stream. I wasn't sure if he would be able to make it. And Dom does not have a channel, but where can people find you?
Yeah, I don't have a channel. I kind of just pop on some places, but not too much. Yeah, you can see me on here every time we cover a book, or I'm usually on Static's channel as we cover politics. I would say every Monday, but actually I don't know. I think it's every other Monday now. He wants to do. I'm not sure.
For Bloodbath.
Bloodbath. Yeah, I could think of the name for a second. And I usually hang out on Saturday with all everybody, just hanging out, playing games, shit like that. And on Dormy Wormy's channel, or Adam's channel, or Honey Elf's channel, one of the playing games and shit like that, or just hanging out. Other than that, yeah, I'm all around everyone's chats.
Well, I appreciate you guys being on. I will put Dom's Twitter handle in the description as well. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I will be on a 2-week hiatus after this because I'm going to be in Cambodia and Vietnam. So I'm not going to have internet access. Basically, is what that is. I'll have very limited internet access.
Yeah, they don't really put Starlink between the thighs of ladyboys, so
yeah, ladyboys are more Thailand, but all right.
You can still get them in Cambodia and Vietnam. Trust me.
But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those things. And I hope you guys have a good night.
Wait.
No, what?
I just want to wait. Make it official 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
and there you have it, everybody. It would have been 2 hours with the outro, but all right. What are you, OCD?
Yes.